Undergrunt.
Why would you eat that?
Why? 'Cause it tastes good.
But it's not good for you.
I'm aware of that.
Why do something that you know is not good for you?
Because I don't think about it.
Well, that's living in denial.
Living in denial?
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
So you're aware of all your behavior?
Yet you continue to do things that aren't good for you. That sounds sort of foolish, don't you think, Jack?
In a small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth when they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the thighs. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call them right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc! I'm a guy that's on the podcast a lot, Pop Rose.
I'm also a person
and that is the host. Thank you. That's the fact that has been proven by several scientists.
Scientists?
Yes, it's obvious. It's all about who's in charge, Matt. Who makes the plans, the decisions. Anyway,
I was his chauffeur. I'm not a host.
you keep saying that.
That's what a feature act does.
If anything, you were in charge of driving him here, so you were in charge of something.
Yes. I got a courtesy shuttle.
Anyway,
well, let's start with this. Sorry, introduce him, and then I'm gonna scream.
Okay, so we're gonna. Just
introduce him. I want to scream at you. Just say who he is.
This with us is John Bennett. This is his second time on Bonus Disc, and this is an apology episode because the first time we watched Tree of Life, which really wasn't a bonus disc. It was kind of just us reviewing a Terrence Malick movie.
So
and I'm sorry because this is a terrible. This is a terrible apology.
And this is why I want to yell at you. So you were in charge of something, and that was picking a movie, and you picked this movie that basically is a Tree of Life with no fucking budget.
Yeah, no, it is.
Nothing but stock footage instead of dinosaurs.
It's insanely Tree of Life without a budget. This is Neil Breen's Tree of Life. It's Neil Breen's Tree of Life.
What it is.
I'm sorry, it happened.
Hey.
You both. Now wait a minute. You saw the trailer.
Defense, this is his Badlands. It's
bad. Yes, it's Badlands.
Tree of Life.
You saw the trailer. It looked okay.
No, it didn't.
I mean, it looked bad, but it looked like there was shit that was happening.
You know what a sizzle reel looks like?
It looked like it was going to be an action movie with Neil Breen.
There was a lot of blood in the trailer.
That's what I'm saying. They cut all the good shit in a minute, and it looked awesome, and then it wasn't awesome.
It wasn't awesome at all.
It's just ketchup rubbed on people.
It's so not awesome.
A desert.
But it's not. We're not saying it's bad because it's like bad. It's not. It's not.
So
we say it's not a movie a lot, but this isn't a movie.
It's not. It's stuff. It's a fever dream. It's an art house like fever dream. It's like this.
If it was shot really well and had no stock footage, it would be an art house movie.
Yeah, that's why I said it would be Tree of Life.
But
because
it's shit.
He couldn't
also
afford
would have
to
been 14
fucking make a
minutes long.
CGI universe.
It would have been 14 minutes if you cut out all the fucking stock footage. My God.
No, seriously, it reminded me of watching like The Creeping Terror or something from the 50s.
Yeah.
Like, they would just cut to a voiceover and show like stock footage. It was like that, except with an art house plot.
Yeah.
With a guy dreaming about it.
We'll get to it.
It's
Christ.
I mean,
Was
get
he
to
dreaming?
what? There's nothing to get to.
They sort of develop.
Sort of
develop.
We can say
you just figure out more about this guy.
Do you like laptops?
Dude, I hope you love laptops.
Actually, if you love laptops, watch Neil Breen movies.
What year did this
Do you love BMWs enough that you want to sleep in them?
No, next to them.
Next to them. Not even in them. On the ground. Next to them.
We gotta try. We have to try.
There's so nothing. This really was Tree of Life. I gave you another Tree of Life.
You did! You son of a bitch! You made me watch another bunch of fucking navel-gazing horse shit! Instead of in a row.
Dude, the amount of navel gazing.
When am I gonna watch a narrative on this fucking podcast?
So when the movie
The amount
starts,
of navel gazing
when
is
this movie starts,
unbelievable.
in the trailer, what made it seem like it was gonna be awesome was that there was this voiceover of him being like, "I was a secret agent, like the greatest. I have all these awards.
They killed my wife.
They killed my wife." He explains all this stuff.
It seems like it's gonna be a Punisher. Like he took his wife. He's like, I'm taking them all out. No, it's not that.
He has motivation. He has so much motivation. He does nothing with it.
Well, he has so much motivation that he's playing both sides and wants both sides to win for almost the whole movie.
Dude, in this movie, he's literally a terrorist
just
and a
is.
savior. It's insane.
Well, then he's literally a savior, sort of. We're still not clear
He
on
just
that.
goes to work and reads his life journal to himself. That's all he does. He explains what he does and what he's doing. That's all.
Does he go to work? What is work?
The first 18 minutes of the movie are him describing his life while you just watch him lay around a desert and touch computers that are off.
Hold on. The first,
like, that's all that
you can
happens.
say that about the first 18 minutes, but about 45 to an hour is actually that.
That's
like,
true.
the first 18 minutes are that,
No, before
and we
humans
keep coming
spoke on
back.
screen.
Right.
No, I think it was like 30 minutes until somebody spoke,
Dude, it was insane. It was yes.
Yeah.
It was the guy in the park, or whatever that
Neil
was.
Breen's first line in the movie is something horrific, like, "I came to visit into town today," and I was just like, "What is going?" I waited 30 minutes for that.
He
Hold
told
on.
the person he was meeting that he was meeting him there.
Okay, hold on.
This man explains his purpose to the purpose he's there. He explains it to him.
I was really glad you showed up because I came here to meet you. What?
What?
That's all of it being shot from the ground up to somebody's head. Everyone's head is floating in the sky. It's insane.
He turns away from that guy and then explains why he's bad at his job.
Yeah, in a close-up.
In a close-up, then he turns the other
Away.
way. So it's not even he's talking to him.
Wait,
cut back
we
to the guy,
skipped
what
like
I
half an
know.
hour into the movie. Not that it matters.
Do you want to
Some of
explain?
it's hilarious. Like, so he's describing that he was the greatest like spy ever.
Ever.
He
I
could
have
hack.
a list. I have a list of things he was.
He could hack into anything, anywhere, anytime, from anywhere.
Neil
as long as he
Breen.
had 2 satellite dish network TV things attached to his trunk, and at least 4 laptops and 3.
Let's go
cell
down the
phones.
list of stuff in his car, okay?
Jesus
Okay.
Christ!
Lots
it
of tuna fish in a can.
Yeah.
Lots,
a box.
okay?
a whole
A
case,
A
Costco
bunch of
box.
syringes filled with red
Red
liquid.
shit.
Biochemical
stuff.
something.
Biochemical
or other.
something, right. We don't know what they do. He's got 2 Dish Network satellite dishes.
affixed to his trunk.
About, I would say, 5 to 6 broken laptops that are never turned on
Not
once.
once. Not once is there anything on a screen.
And about like 4,
He has 2 black tank tops in there.
2 tank
and
tops.
1 party vest. That's it.
and about, I would say, 3 to 4 flip phones.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's got a lot of flip
Oh,
phones.
He lays on
So-
top of
and
newspapers.
a book about entertainment and what to expect.
Something like
Expect the
Prepare for the
unexpected,
Future.
but
It
it's
was-
about arts and entertainment. It's
No,
not about
it
like
was a-
But the
spy
cover was an
shit.
It was
explosion.
a Vegas.
They thought
It was
the
a
apocalypse
Vegas
was about to happen.
visitor
It was
guide.
a Vegas visitor guide.
Bullshit.
Come on.
That's the contents of his car, which is like a Mercedes, I think, right?
Now let's describe the
It's a BMW.
contents
It's
of
a BMW.
Earth. Apparently, this man has hidden copious amounts of other broken laptops and fucking dumbass cell phones from the 90s all over the earth because he keeps seeing him wander around and he like overturns a rock and there's a computer under it and you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He
No.
had one in a trash bag that was in the crack of a rock. So if anybody walked past him, he'd be like, oh, that's just a trash bag.
Don't skip over the
In a
fact
rock.
that he pulls it out and instantly starts hacking on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
instantly.
Like instantly, it's on, and he's
Everything's charged. Everything's charged.
Everything is charged. There's no batteries or plugs anywhere.
Let's talk about this. He can install 2 DirecTV satellite dishes to his car by slapping a closed monkey wrench against it.
Oh yeah,
Touching it.
Just
Just
touching
rubbing
it. Just hitting it.
John, it's all you need.
There is more things that you need.
All right, so at this point,
Sleeves and a purpose, and not having fucking Rhea Perlman's body.
Oh man, he has mom jeans. Like, whoa.
it's gross.
God damn it.
It's so
I
high.
think at this point we should bring up the fact that we all are convinced that there's something mentally wrong with him.
his
Like there's
Both
something
the-
misfiring in his
Both
brain.
the person Neil Breen and the character in this movie
Yeah.
are mentally challenged.
Yes, because
There's-
that,
But
when
how
that
mentally
wrench
challenged-
scene with those satellite things
It
was
went-
just like, why would you
No.
put this in a movie? What? Like, dude, don't do that.
No, I-
like use any other tool, a hammer, just not that. Because
If
you're
I have
doing
time
nothing.
for this podcast, I want to make the trailer for that. And I want just that scene. I want to cut that. Nothing else. I want that scene to happen. Cut to black and it says double down.
Double down.
It's just him touching the wrenches and then hacking on the laptops in one shot.
Click, click, click.
Oh,
And then-
Oh, so good.
This is his idea of hacking. Take 2 laptops, precariously balance one on the trunk of a car, and then sort of tap the tops. But don't look at the blank screen.
No, look at
He
the
would just
third
stare at
computer
the
that's
satellite
off.
dishes.
And here's the thing: we're not talking about one scene. This
No, this
happens
happens so many
multiple.
Yes!
So this is like the meat of the movie.
It's him sitting places. I swear to God, a supercut of this movie would just be shots of him like laying on the ground in the desert, sitting in front of 4 computers, knocking something off a table. It would be nothing, and it's almost the whole movie. It'd be like 20 minutes of it.
It's kind of
It'd
his.
be all that
From
shit.
what we've seen of his other movies too, it's his oeuvre is like not things in hands,
Yeah.
laptops, and knocking shit off tables. Like that's what he loves.
He doesn't understand how to tell a story
I mean,
without those
in a way,
3 things.
I love him because it's like, how does he even exist as a filmmaker at all? It's amazing.
Like,
The only
We haven't talked
only
about
thing
anything.
the only thing we could identify as a plot was the fact that he was getting mercury poisoning from all the tuna he was eating. And
going
heat
insane.
stroke in the desert and just
Yeah.
passing out.
There's so many shots of him walking up a desert mountain. It's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
absurd.
poorly.
It's sad.
Oh yeah, he bears
Oh, my
making
God.
it. I mean, he's like
He's
not.
supposed to have bio implants to
I
make him
feel
a
like-
better secret agent.
But they only
He
showed
won't.
it going in his eye. I don't know if he wasn't like the $1 million man. They put some shit in his eyes.
yeah,
or
he had
something.
70-year-old knees.
He thought those scenes looked like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Like to him, he thought what that scene would look like would be like, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it's like
So-
it's just a wide shot of a guy struggling to get up a
Yeah.
hill, and then he gets there, and the scene goes to something. It doesn't even nothing happens.
It's a narcoleptic
The top
billy
of a
goat.
hill means nothing, and it's constantly happening.
Well, sometimes things happen.
Okay,
Like, there's
one
a
time.
when he walks over the hill, he's got his gun drawn, and we're like, oh, he's gonna find some more computers, and instead, there's an old man sitting in a hole in a rock.
Then he
Hold
acts
on,
as a
wait.
terrorist.
First off, let's before we get to
What are we skipping?
the only time a plot that was laid out was that
Oh.
the Las
God,
Vegas shut down.
Yes.
Is that he had the whole world? His
and-
hacking has the whole world under the iron fist of him, where he can
this
he can
is where
be.
nothing makes any sense.
You ever
He
seen
goes-
Escape from L.A.? Like he could turn
No,
the world
no.
off if
He
he
has
wanted.
control of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency.
Is that a thing?
No!
He says he has all these things set up in cities around the
The world.
and that he told. This is my favorite part. He says that the press know about his plan.
The world knows who he
everyone
is.
knows
Neil Breen is.
that he is
Yeah.
getting ready to kill everybody. He told them.
He's essentially holding
But-
the world hostage. He's
but
Dr.
he
Evil.
says- but he's hired to prevent a terrorist attack.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it
makes-
doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no. But in the
One
beginning, he
time-
said his mission is to shut down Las Vegas.
For 2 months.
But it never happens.
No,
No, because he prevents his own thing.
which is insane.
But that doesn't matter. You know why? Because all the spy shit is kind of superfluous to the whole story of him and his wife,
But
which
hold
makes
on,
so
hold on.
little
But
sense.
when he says, when he's like, I've got the whole
Don't forget,
world.
there's like 6 plot lines in this movie.
He says they won't come after me because of this. They can't stop me. But he's still hiding the whole time.
He did everything because his wife got killed, and then his first mission is to kill
Jesus
somebody's
Christ.
family. And he does it
Hold
over
on,
and
hold on.
kills the
Don't
wrong
get there.
family.
Because we got to talk about God or the old
That's what I'm
man.
saying, the old man.
So, okay.
He sees the old man, The Rock. He points a gun at him. Then there's a voiceover. His mouth doesn't move. So it's 80 yard in.
Dude, this old man is to make this man sit in the sun in the desert. It's cruel. Straight up, as a filmmaking wise, it's mean. This guy is like on like the verge of death.
Not only
He's not
that,
looking
He looks bad.
But he makes him do a tumble, and then his head smashes a rock.
But
and
after he walks away.
He pours like sweet and sour sauce on his face.
Dude, anytime Neil Breen touches a dead body, he gets blood all over his face. And you're just like, what were you doing? It just cuts to him, and there's blood all over his face. Like he's been nuzzling
But
like a cat or something.
So the
like,
old man,
what did you do?
the old man says like barely anything. Like, you're the one. He said, you're the one. But he hits his head, he's dying, and he hands him a thing that we didn't know.
Shiny rock.
It's a piece of gold.
It's a piece of fucking.
It's a
like,
raw piece of
fool's
gold. Yeah, fool's
it's
gold.
Fool's
Yeah,
gold.
'cause it's not.
Okay, so know that he has the fool's gold. Know that he's also seeing
like, okay.
his childhood with
fuck
his
you.
wife. So he sees himself as a child, and he sees his like time with. He sees himself with his wife on the top of mountains. This is all happening intercut with itself.
But he's explained that she was murdered. We saw her get murdered.
But
But
not-
not. It comes on her.
We we see that after the old man, because like right that's after the old man. The pool scene.
Yo,
dude, the pool scene.
Let's talk about the pool scene.
Okay.
Okay, he's completely naked. She's wearing a flesh thong.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing
All
else.
the budget went to that woman
Okay.
to just say yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
please
they're
take
in
your
the
clothes
shallow end. They're in the shallow end of the pool. He pulls out a wedding box, a wedding ring box from nowhere. They're not wearing any clothes.
No, yeah,
they're not
where
even
did
close
he-
to the
I
side of
didn't
the pool.
even think about that.
No.
Where the fuck he
Where did he
pulled
kill?
out his
Did he
taint?
stick it up his ass
Maybe.
to give it
Yes,
to his
he
wife?
He was standing really oddly.
And
It
that's
could have
not
been
even
in
his
taint.
wife because he just proposes to her and then
It's-
she gets shot.
Oh, but it's
It's a
amazing.
fiance.
It's amazing when
Dude,
she gets
okay,
shot.
She gets shot. There's no bullet hole at first.
At all.
He goes, and we were like, wait, he just came on her. So what happened?
Yeah, it's such a tight focus on
It's
his
just-
face. It looks like he just came
It's his
on
O
a
face
dead
without
leg.
a doubt. It's not even a joke. It's
Yeah.
his O face. He comes on a dead body.
Then he like puts her in the water and she's dead. And it
She's
shows her
floating naked
Now this like I can point out that her legs were completely shut,
for a
Ta-
corpse.
Tastefully
tastefully
shut.
closed,
She can't
so as to not show any like camel toe or beef or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it shows Neil Breen in the fucking water,
Next
legs
to her.
akimbo,
Oh,
balls,
you can see all the way to
balls,
Christmas.
all his balls. all
No,
of them.
the character lays himself naked next to the floating dead body
But his balls, man.
because he's dead too.
It looks,
Why did
Don't
he
you
have
see?
his legs
Balls.
spread like that? It's disgusting.
it looked like a basset hound's jowl.
It's just it's the male body, Matt. It's beautiful.
But it's not. It's not needed, man.
Neil Breen, we
already-
could talk about. He just looks like a creep.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Like I say, he looks like Ric Flair if he never wrestled, I guess, or something. Like his
No,
he
that's-
has that like
his
you have
head-
a body, but there's way too much old tan.
his
flesh
hair
on
looks
top
like
of
it's
it.
about to fall off and reveal a bunch of veins. Like that's what it looks like. He doesn't
Well,
look
John
healthy.
said he looks like like a proto lesbian. Like
Yeah.
like the first lesbian. Like if you kill him, all the other lesbians die.
He just looks bad.
sideburns.
Oh my god!
I mean,
the
he-
only thing that separates
his
him from
jowl.
looking like a really old lady is sideburns.
He looks like a
Yeah.
bird person to me. Like he could be Chicken Lady's cousin. You know, like
He doesn't look good, and have him in his movies in this
Like,
one,
these
he's
women.
always touching these young women. It's so weird and
it's
creepy.
gross.
Like he's almost making the movies just to do that. You know?
He's got an escort service.
I remember when they were
on
in the
speed
pool, you were
dial.
like, he has an erection. There's no
way he doesn't. And he probably talks it off during the shoot. He's just like, "Oh, don't worry, that's just a natural reaction because I'm so in the moment."
Every
You know what I mean?
I'm just my character. My
Yeah,
character
this is
loves
the
it.
acting that's doing
I'm
it.
acting.
Let me ask you something. Do you think he's ever really had the touch of a woman?
I question
mean-
that when he was kissing people.
If a guy can
Yeah,
get
he
like,
kisses people like you kiss your grandmother.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
it's
this: if a
weird.
guy can get 4 shitty films made, he's probably he can probably talk himself into something.
Yeah, but it's got to be weird sex. You know.
Yeah.
I told you
No,
I
that's
want to
what
see
I'm
him
saying.
have sex because his movies are so shitty
He
but
wears-
self-important. Imagine how self-important he is during sex. Like he probably thinks the woman is like thankful for him for changing her life during the act. You know what I mean?
I just would love to
he's
see.
wearing a hair shirt. He's probably got a Family Opera mask on while he's
Yes.
fucking, and he's
There's
not.
no
allowed-
way he's not
he
wearing a
can't
cape.
kiss. He's
He
just
should have been. He should.
staring at them from an inch distance while he's slowly grinding their
Ugh.
legs.
staring into their eyes
Neil
without
Breen should
breaking.
have played a character in fucking Nymphomaniac, so we could have had a poster of him like coming. That would have been so good.
That'd be amazing, actually.
And then you'd actually get to see him. Have
Him in
sex
a
the
Lars
movie.
von Trier movie would be absolute heaven.
If they ever teamed up,
That'd
it would
be
be the best
amazing.
movie
A
ever.
collab with
Yeah.
them. Oh man.
Lars von Trier directing Neil Breen.
Because then you'd have Lars von Trier directing hacking scenes, which would be weird. I mean, what would that be?
Well, the
You ever-
hacking scenes, which is
You ever want to see like a
turned off
severed
laptop.
penis like hacking a fucking computer? I mean,
He is such a hideous man. He looks like the fox from Antichrist.
he's bad. He's not good. But he's
And
in the
equal-
movie though.
equally
He's
covered
hot
in
as
blood.
shit.
Yeah, everybody wants to fuck him.
He's like Matt Damon. He's like he thinks he's Bourne or like Indiana Jones. That's
Yeah.
how I view this guy. Is
Yeah,
like
that's what he thinks his character is.
Obviously, I'm Vin Diesel. Look at me.
But
He's
all
wearing
these-
that like muscle shirt.
Oh man.
He's like, how I'm the same as him.
Dude, when he's shirtless and puts that vest on, you're just like, Christ.
At one point in the movie, he puts on literally a party vest, pretty
Yeah.
much,
Yeah, it's
with
a denim
medals
vest
on it.
with, like, medals.
But I thought that's when like action was gonna happen. Like
Yeah, he suited up. And now
I
shit was
suited
gonna
up,
get
he's ready to
serious.
kick some ass.
The whole movie, you go, stuff's gonna start getting serious, and it never does.
The action scenes are not action
There's
scenes.
one action scene.
There's two.
Oh,
The
yeah,
end
there are
with
two.
the guy getting
You're
shot
right.
in the head.
Yeah.
But the first action scene consists of a cut and a sound of a machine gun going on.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
goes,
"Good
kill them
job,
all,
guys."
and then he's like, well, we did it. Oh, boy.
Who did what? Off screen?
Who, not since Sergio Leone has there been such a tense action scene with just close-ups.
Sups.
My God.
Okay, so I'm just gonna
man.
skip.
Stuff. I don't know. I
The-
mean,
no,
we have
the-
to establish that when he sleeps, he just constantly keeps waking up.
Up next to his
like,
car.
laying
With
either
blood messages on his car.
No,
he's either
only one,
partially
though.
under it or face down in the dirt. Then there's one where the door's open. He's got one leg in the car. You're like, what is wrong
and
with
somebody
you?
has been
Scrawling
him
in blood or
helped
someone
me
else
in blood on his car.
on the side of
And
his
we
car
never-
every time.
Find
And it
out
never
who,
moved.
why, what.
Or does he go to investigate it? No.
Okay,
No, he's just
first
like, well, I gotta keep hacking.
scene to talk about is the dinner scene, which is I think might be my favorite.
It was,
That is
well,
the
it's
good
the
Him
only
with-
real scene in the movie almost.
It might be, yeah, it is because it's like
involves-
not
it's
a
not
desert.
filmed
It involves
in a
other,
desert.
it's the only scene that involves dialogue, characters
Right.
looking at each other, and things happening.
There were props. It was
Yeah.
So it's
that
him-
looked legitimate, and you would.
It's him
actually
sitting at a
believe it,
dining
yeah.
room table with a family that we have no clue the family.
they came-
turns out-
Absolutely,
Dude, they came
Who
out
the-
of fucking
nowhere.
nowhere. You're just like, he's been in the desert forever. What's happening?
Who the guy that he's with is
We don't know
probably
that
the
yet.
head of the CIA.
We don't know that yet.
Okay.
So as far as we know, he's just some dude. He's at dinner with a guy, a wife, and a daughter.
I guess that explains
And-
why.
and an
Christ
old
in
aunt.
heaven. The way it's presented and what he thinks it is are so separate. I just realized why he would be able to eat dinner with the head of the CIA in his version. You know,
What
what
is
he
it?
thinks. He thinks he's like you know, like James Bond or something. You know what I mean? Like he
Oh,
thinks
like
it's
he's
like
infiltrating like his life.
That, like, yeah.
But
I
wait,
think-
hold on. Here's
I
what happened.
think-
No.
Ah, fuck.
Hold
me.
on,
I don't
hold on.
know.
Here's what happens. At the dinner, they're eating, and then he asks,
Oh, fuck.
"Could I have some more water, please?" And then
To a child.
to a
He asks
child,
the child.
the daughter picks
This
up a
scene-
glass
no,
that is.
hold on. That scene's amazing. He goes, "Can I get some more water?" To a child. Child looks at the mother and goes, "Mother, may I get him some more water?" And she goes, "Yes, you may get him some more water." And she goes, "I'll get you some more." I was like, "Good God,
In heaven.
just get the man some water." Then when she walks away, the cup's half full,
And then she comes back. No,
and there's no more water in it. It's the same glass.
So
Still
wait,
have
hold on,
same
hold
level
on,
of water.
hold on, because this gets
Insanity.
better. While she is getting the no water, The dad reveals that the daughter, out of nowhere, too, the conversation does not naturally come to it.
No.
He reveals that she has brain cancer.
He's like, well, I guess while she's out of the room,
I'll
I just well
tell
say it.
this man that you have no idea how I know
Virtual
you.
stranger.
My daughter has brain cancer. And he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. The way his reaction is, oh, really? No, I'm sorry. Like, it's such a weird reaction, right?
It was really disingenuous.
It's like I got rickets because I stopped taking
then-
vitamin D.
She brings the glass back with the same amount of water in it. That's because she has brain cancer. Give her a
Was
break.
it like a cat? Was it like a cat dish of water? Like he dumped out the old water?
Yeah.
Like, how
There's
long
some
is
She
hairs.
freshened it. She
That's a
freshened
freshen
it.
up
It's
of
a
I
water.
knocked one of my
freshener.
food pellets in it. Can I get another glass?
It was cucumber water, and he wanted a freshening of it. Yeah, that's, you
Did
know.
he anthrax his own water?
Oh, man, there's a whole
Oh,
anthrax thing. Jesus.
I don't remember any of it.
Okay, so here's
But then
what
he's got
my
the
favorite.
rock thing in his hand.
My favorite, yeah, he's got. You see this close up of his hand. He's got the fake fool's gold in his hand. And my
magic
favorite
fool's
shot in the
gold.
movie, easily my favorite shot, is he takes his hand and he puts it on the daughter's head and just holds it there in like dead faced. Nothing is happening. Silence. The whole
It's not
family.
even music.
There's not music or
No
anything.
reaction from the family.
No,
that she
everyone's
touched
just
her Dolly's
the
hand.
girl looks like she is terrified, just like sitting there. No one has an expression on their face.
It's like probably like 5 seconds.
5 seconds, and then it cuts away. That's the end of the scene.
No, then he goes, "Thank you."
Right,
And
he
it
says
ends.
thank you and ends. And then later on the phone talking to someone,
Dude, he never.
he says that he thinks he cured a girl
child
of
cancer.
cancer, and it was like, that's what was.
Dude,
You know what it
it's
was like?
insane.
You know what it was like?
It's
It was like
insane, man.
it's like he tricked his family to film this scene, and then like he touches their daughter, and they all just stunned silence. Like that wasn't part of the deal.
You know, like,
What the fuck's going on?
you got to put me in the rest of the movie. You know, that's
Yeah.
how that guy got in the
That's
rest
how
of
that
the
guy
movie.
got the.
Because the dad is in the rest of the movie as
yeah, he's some. Who knows?
He's a
man.
He's, just, he's a
I don't even
CIA
know.
handler, I think.
it doesn't even matter. It's because then there's the scene in the parking lot with the shopping cart. Remember that?
Oh my god!
Oh.
Everywhere he goes to talk to anybody, he goes, "I'm pretty sure everything's bugged." He's just like, "I'm pretty sure that thing's bugged."
No,
You know
there's
what I
a
mean? Like,
remember.
every time he talks to anybody in public, he's like, "That thing,
Okay.
wherever we are, it's bugged."
He's being filmed by someone
By a
with
JVC
Jesus.
camcorder.
JVC camera with a
from
sticker
Best
on
Buy.
it,
Sticker
just
still
so you
on
can
the
return
shutter.
it.
It's a high tech spy shit.
Come on.
Yeah.
And we see a close up, which we're not sure whose hand it is, of bubble gum.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you just see like something being like smooshed into the gum. It's incomprehensible what it is, and we don't know whose hands it are. And then
No.
he's like, "We're being watched, and I'm bugged."
So
and-
let's take
And there's like
14 steps away from my car and continue the conversation.
And then there's a woman that walks
with the shopping cart.
shopping cart who bashes into the car and then
Oh, by the way, there's no other cars in the entire lot.
No, it's like in a
She
co-
smashes into
She's
it.
not
No,
going anywhere
it's in a
with the
Costco
car.
parking lot, like the back part of it,
And
like
she-
where
Yeah,
no one
it's
can.
an empty cart. Where's she getting that fucking cart?
Right? Yeah. She
She
bashes in the
looks at him
car.
and goes, "I'm so sorry."
oh
it was
man,
so weird that cut of her going, "I am so
the
sorry."
eye lines and the 180-degree rule is out the window in this
amazing.
movie. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Like it's just close-ups. Whenever anyone has to say something,
It's a
it's a
close-up.
close-up on their face. He's like, "Oh, it's no problem," and then we get a shot of the gum with the tracking device.
Yeah, like smeared onto his bumper.
right.
Like it's so obvious there's something there. He has a
They
black
used
car.
white gum
Yeah,
on a black
On a
car.
black car.
And he
He-
falls asleep on
Do you
his
guys
car
remember what
like
the
every 5 minutes.
conversation with the secret
That's
agents?
where the guys are like, "We need you to kill somebody."
right.
That's what
yeah.
they say.
No, we have to kill someone's family
Someone's-
so it hurts
Oh, we left
more.
out something.
That,
He
oh
also
man,
said-
wait, no, that's
Jesus Christ.
because that's the best part. Because he's
What?
like, they're hiring him not to kill
kill
a
a
guy,
guy, but
they're
to-
to kill his
family
family.
to crush his spirit. However, at the beginning of the movie,
They kill his wife!
this guy, this like criminal mastermind spy guy, was created because his loved one was killed, and driven insane.
And he
Now he's
accepts
like,
this mission without a problem.
Yeah,
and
just
he's
goes,
like,
"All right, I got it."
"Yeah, I'll do it to someone else.
Sure.
Fuck
So
them.
he goes to a wedding chapel, kidnaps a couple, It turns out, God damn, hold on.
Okay,
So he
okay.
kidnapped these people.
It's a 24-hour wedding chapel.
He pulls
by
up
the
in a
way.
car. He's
This
stolen a
makes
car from
so
a-
little sense.
Oh, the ADR for the stealing the car
It's
thing, where it was
so
like,
good.
why did we need that to be explained so well?
No, like, because it was
Of
a
him,
shot of him bribing a valet, which is
Yeah.
like pretty cliched, common thing. The one
Yeah.
time we don't need Neil Breen to speak, it's him speaking over a shot with no lips moving.
It's insane.
Yeah,
You're like,
yes.
we didn't need that. Tell me where the fuck you are or what you're doing. Don't explain to me how a
Or
bribe
why?
works.
Okay.
Why are you doing anything?
So he kidnaps a couple from the
Yeah.
chapel.
They're driving in the car,
And
we
their
saw him
conversation-
inject a strawberry with poison.
He injected the strawberry
But-
poison.
but
But the
the-
conversation with
their
the couple
conversation
is
amazing. She goes, "I can't believe we got married. I only
only know
met
you for like a day.
2 days.
2 days.
2 days." And Neil
So
Breen
the-
goes, "Wow, this is Vegas, baby. I'm surprised you waited that long."
So he's kidnapping somebody who we're assuming is related to a spy. Assumedly, right?
Or he's somebody.
Assumedly.
No,
Or is that what? That
They were-
guy
I
was
think-
not a spy.
Were
think
they
that
related to
he
the other
was-
couple?
he was.
Hold
being-
on, we haven't
this-
got there yet,
Oh,
John.
all right.
That's what makes this scene.
Have we got
Stop!
Have we pointed?
Stop it!
Have we
Stop
pointed
it!
out that
Stop it! No.
he ejects a single strawberry?
Yes, I
Yes,
said
with
that.
poison.
yes,
Yes,
yeah, we got
strawberry.
there. One strawberry is emboisoned.
It's been poisoned. So they're driving in the car. She says that. Then it cuts to the guy, and he goes, "I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. I need a drink." And you're just like, "It's the middle of the fucking afternoon. Your shirt is tucked into your pants,
And you just
You're
got
not
married.
drunk. You just got married." Consciously, you motherfuckers! What are you saying right now? It's the middle of the goddamn day!
This is a little too late for buyer's remorse.
The dialogue's so weird and
They have
and
no
confusing.
excuse at all, and it's also like, wait a minute.
It's not like they were tricked.
Do you guys realize that he was hired to kill somebody's family who just became their
The family? Yeah.
like he was hired before they were married.
Had he just
to
killed, if he just killed the guy, like fucking 10 minutes earlier,
He would have saved another
he would've
person's
saved another
life.
person's life.
He waited until somebody was legally in the family to murder.
God damn it. So I had to explain, that job, he was hired by a corporation. This is his like evil side. That was his evil side, getting
Right.
hired by a corporation to kill somebody.
He works for everyone and
know.
answers to no
Hold on,
one.
we skipped over the point at the beginning. Earlier in the movie, he's explaining what he does, and he goes, "I get paid to do terrorist acts by other countries," and we were like, "Other countries?"
No, because
he
no,
goes,
that was the Las
"I-
Vegas thing.
yeah, he goes,
He
"I
was
hired to
another
shut down
country
Las Vegas
by another country."
and we were like, "Come the fuck on!"
You can't say which one. It's voiceover.
You wrote it. You're the spy. You got hired. Who the fuck hired you?
What country would gain from shutting Las Vegas down
doesn't
for
make any
2 months?
God.
Just 2 months.
All right, hold
Not
on.
Don't
even
like
Atlantic
nuke it
City
and
would
get
gain.
rid
Let's go back to
I
the
just
marriage
don't want
car.
it to
Back.
work.
Reno, Nevada.
Okay,
hold
gave
on, we gotta
fucking-
go back to the
Yeah,
marriage
the
car.
marriage thing because it's
It's
so good.
amazing. So he goes, "I need a drink."
And he goes, "Well, here's some
Champagne.
champagne." And he pours them 2 glasses of champagne and puts strawberries in them,
John,
which isn't a
Full
thing.
strawberries.
you were like, "It's club soda."
It's club soda with
Yeah,
strawberries
it was
in 'em.
completely clear. It was not
Completely
yellow at
clear.
all. But
It
it
had
fuck
this-
puts a strawberry in a glass of champagne
With the stem.
It's
I
like-
can even understand it maybe
Oh,
with like a
with the
slice.
stem.
The stem was it,
The
but
whole
I'm saying
thing.
like a slice, maybe something. But a whole strawberry
Just
uncut.
just dropped in.
It took
doing
up
nothing.
40%
Like
of the
it-
room with a glass.
Yes.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
like Neil Breen thought it was decadent to have like a full strawberry in a glass of clear champagne. Like, what the fuck are you? And wait a minute.
That's why they call it Cristal, because it's crystal
I don't know
clear,
about you,
man.
but I would like to hear some science on the like. Could the the poison like seep through the strawberry quick enough
no.
to get into the drink?
Absolutely not. You'd have to cut
Is it permeable enough?
It is not. You no longer would take
But here's the thing: they didn't bite the strawberries, so
No, they
the
sipped-
delivery agent was the fucking
champagne.
Why did he just inject in the fucking
they-
champagne?
They both drink the same amount.
Yeah.
And the guy passes the fuck out.
No, he
Yeah.
dies.
I mean,
Well,
he's pretty much
figured
dead.
that
I mean,
out.
we assume he's dead, right?
We
He's
assume
dead.
he was dead immediately.
But she sleeps for like a minute.
and then wakes up and she's like, "What's going on?" And in that minute, he put the guy in the
He
trunk.
the guy. He gets out, takes the guy in the trunk. She wakes back up and says, "What's happening?" And then
goes, "We just got married."
he convinced.
He tells her that she married him.
And
The
then
driver of the car.
the driver of the car, and she was like, "What's I don't understand."
Wait,
and he's
what?
like, "You don't remember all of us partying? We had sex." He told her that they had sex.
Dude, he put that man in that trunk, and then he raped her.
No. They didn't just fuck. They fucked. They said that we had sex near the fountain.
Near the fountain.
So it was like outdoors.
Outside.
Near
Don't
the
you remember we
Riviera
had
But then
sex in
Hotel.
public
Here's the
last night?
sickest. You know,
And
the
then we got
sickest
married.
part
Right
of
on
this
the ground
scene.
next to the Riviera fountain.
The sickest
The
part of this
dancing
scene to
waters
me
in the groves. We were
is
there.
it's so
naked.
gross because she's like the way you write the characters. She's like, no, wait, I want to be married to you. Remember, she
Yeah,
says,
she says that.
to him, I want to. She's like, I never met you in my life, but oh my god, I want to be married to you. It's like,
Wait, what?
what the fuck? What planet?
That's
Sorry,
what
is
that's
this?
the best part of this movie.
Is she a
about to
woman?
happen.
Is she
From
human?
her point of view, it looked like a doll that survived a house fire.
Oh yeah,
From the back of his weird head.
dude.
That's right. She can't even see his face.
He
You
looks
can't
like
see
one of
his
the
weird
trolls
ferret
from
eyes.
Troll 2 from behind.
Yeah, he
You know
looks
what I mean?
nuts.
Like
Yeah.
it's bad. It's this nest of thin gray hair
He looks nuts.
over a fucking charred corn dog. It's nasty.
Okay.
He looks like a Gary Shandling mask has been pulled
So-
over a dead squirrel. It's horrifying.
That's good.
If you
That's a
fill
good
Gary
description.
Shandling with orange paint, it's
Yeah.
like, it started to go through
Yeah.
his skin. So, okay, while
then
she
he
is
get-
awake, and cognitive in the back seat,
He gets a phone call, and he goes, "What? I got the wrong couple. I'll fix that immediately." And that's when you're like, "Your wife was murdered.
You
And it
just killed
drove
a
you
random
to
family.
madness, where you now sleep in the desert and hack satellites through your fucking car and eat tuna, and you just killed a random person
and you're
on
fine.
their wedding
A
day.
random fucking husband and wife.
You piece of shit."
You don't know anything. You have learned nothing.
And then
You've
he
learned
goes,
nothing.
he hangs up the phone and goes, "I don't want to be married to you anymore. Get the fuck out of
And
my
that's
car."
the best part.
And you're like, "You are scum! What is this? You're the hero. You're the
But
main character of this
remember,
movie."
it cuts though, and then it's him putting
He
the guy in the
dumps-
desert and her.
And he goes, "Here's your new husband." And he's dead.
He's dead.
And he leaves her in the fucking desert. Dude, he is garbage. He is human garbage.
It's insane.
And,
then
that's when, and then it gets even better because they go to find where the other couple went, and they went to
Another
a fucking
couple.
lake.
we've never seen.
But they came out of
Ever.
the same chapel. They went to a fucking lake and committed
Suicide
suicide.
by shooting
By
themselves in the forehead.
While they were sitting up, leaned against each other, they walk up and he thinks they're alive, and he has his gun pulled. He walks around, they're dead with bullet holes in their head. And I went, "Oh, I guess another assassin is going to be in the movie."
No.
He goes, "They killed themselves." And you're like, why? They just got married, and the circumstances are beyond reasonable. Like, there's no way.
I didn't really even think of it like that.
There's no-
It's so amazing.
There's no
nuts.
proof of a suicide other than two people with bullet holes in their head. There's not even a gun around.
Sitting precariously on a rock, leaning against each
Yeah,
other. Like
yeah.
you'd have to
You'd have to
shoot.
stage
It's like a
that.
horror
Yeah.
movie setup.
But he is so. But the greatest spy that ever lived is like, no, they killed themselves.
It was a ritual,
It was a suicide pact.
ritualistic
Suicide.
suicide pact or whatever. And
There's
you're just
not even
like,
a gun in their hands.
No.
No.
It's so awesome. What?
I thought there was gonna be another like person trying to get to him through this thing. Like I'm like actually putting together like a spy movie because that's
It's
what
not.
he didn't do.
Because this whole
Like, I
couple
thought they
thing.
were dead, and then he was gonna like get attacked.
Here's why it's even more beautiful.
Garbage.
Because the first couple dying is superfluous. It could be
Shouldn't
edited
have-
out.
Shouldn't have been in the movie.
Doesn't even matter.
No.
Second couple dying, you're like, okay, that could have just been what it is. But then you're like, in the actual plot of the movie, which there isn't one,
Nope.
even the second one, which was the important
Thing he
one,
was hired for.
has no point.
Yeah, because they would have killed
So,
themselves.
It
He
has
didn't
no
even need to be
point, but
hired.
then within the block of that period of the movie, there's half of it that has no point to that block of the movie.
Dude,
So it has no point to that, and then the whole thing has no point to the movie itself. It's amazing.
You
There's all
watched
the stock
19
footage.
minutes of stock footage, and now you're putting it together that there's fucking scenes that don't make any goddamn sense in this movie.
Hold on, we haven't yet to talk at all about the bag of bones.
Yes.
There's a bag.
What
of-
is there to say? It's
It's
nothing.
why
There's so much to say. He's a
Presumably.
fucking serial killer, a psychopath. He has a green bag full of his wife's remains that he talks to and dances with at night. As although they keep saying it's at night, but the sun never sets in this movie. It's never nighttime.
No, it
Ever.
isn't. And it's like a
It's
body
not-
bag made of like green nylon.
Yeah, it looks like a
It's
tent.
not a body
It
bag.
looks like a pup
it's
tent.
It's a suit bag, a travel suit
bag with his wife's corpse
with
in
his
it,
wife corpse in it.
which he keeps imagining is her real body.
Yeah,
but
but
it's
then
just
he
her
keeps-
skull.
He
checks on
bleached
it.
skull.
He checks on it all the time. He's like, let me make sure it's still.
But it's always like on the ground. Like he takes it out, lays it out.
That means when his wife died in that fucking pool on the side of a mountain,
kept her body.
He put her body in that fucking bag until it was just bleached bones. Maybe that's why he's been living in the desert. He's just checking to make sure the
She
bones
never
are totally
had a
clean.
burial.
Hell no.
She was murdered in a
just-
pool, and then
and he has her bones.
She was just
He's
eaten by tarantulas and fucking vultures.
That's why
and
he's in
then
the
bleached
desert.
well,
in
that's
the
when he went
sun.
insane and he got all the broken laptops out of the basement
Dude,
and
this
went to the
movie-
desert to be in fucking nutcase.
This movie came
I
out
mean,
in
it's-
2005.
He literally
Yeah.
tells the ghost of his wife, I can bring you back with my magical rock. And she
I
goes,
cured cancer. I can
No.
bring you back.
no, don't,
Don't
do it.
So-
Because you are a shitty person at handling things.
By the way, we never find out what the rock is
Nope.
or the old man was.
Nope.
The
No.
fact that this movie even attempts to have a supernatural element fucking wedged in is amazing.
It's insanity.
It's
It's complete
Wow.
insanity.
It's-
wow.
Oh my god, it's so.
Where are we?
We've skipped over so much.
What did we skip? There's
We
no
skipped over
plot.
lots of stock footage of airplanes.
There's
There's
so-
the part where he hacks the Hadron Collider and fixes it.
Yeah.
He doesn't
remember
say
that?
it's that though.
Huh?
He doesn't say the Hadron Collider. It's just
No, it
shots.
shows
just
it.
footage of the Hadron Collider.
Collider.
Yeah.
And there is
And he
so
fixes
much
it.
of it.
He goes, and you're just like, what? Is
This was-
happening? What
John,
is
you said
happening?
this was his first movie, right?
This is his first.
If you, because
film.
we've all seen "I Am Here Now," which was like I guess his third movie, right?
No, second.
It's
movie.
his second movie because that's pretty incompetent, but you can almost tell what's happening. Like
Yeah.
I guess if one step backward, this kind of makes sense that it's like this because it's incomprehensible.
It's completely insane.
I mean, I'm serious when I say we say it a lot on podcasts, but this
No,
really
this
makes
really is.
no
It's
sense.
really hard.
Yeah.
What we're saying to you is probably not right. I have to assume that some of what we're saying about what the plot actually is wrong because I don't think we actually know.
Well, here's the thing. He told
what I
us.
mean?
He told us what the plot was,
Sort
but he
of.
showed us another movie that
yes.
didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
to
no.
what
Didn't
he was
follow the
saying.
No,
plot.
the
He'd be like,
voiceover plot.
Nobody dares to challenge me, but then people show up and get exploded by invisible electronic fields in his car.
Here,
And
wait,
you're like,
John.
but you said nobody
John's
comes after
that's a
you.
perfect way to say it. Is the voiceover is like a Bourne movie in his head. You know what I mean?
And then
Yeah.
Like it's like some
what
that's
you're looking at.
what you're looking at is a guy dealing with the death of his wife and being insane and eating only tuna fish in the desert.
Yeah.
No, and that's actually this might.
Can we
I
talk
mean,
about
it's
this?
It's almost like a David Lynch movie
I
where
said
like
that.
Can we
Where,
talk
like,
about the tuna
when
fish?
his wife died.
Can we talk about the fucking tuna fish?
he left that
He's
shot
eaten
in.
nothing but 19 cans of tuna fish.
Fish.
He manages to get the entire can on his shirt
Oh yeah.
somehow.
He leaves a
dumps it
shot
on
in
his
where he
lap,
dumps tuna fish while driving all over himself.
And he's been eating nothing but tuna
If
fish.
anything, that shot would convince me that he thought he was making that movie where his head, he's like born, and,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's just an insane guy wandering the desert, talking to a corpse and falling asleep next to his car. I mean, because that's what it is.
It's what it is.
And then he wanders into Las Vegas sometimes and he talks to old people that don't even look like they belong anywhere. I'm saying like they could be homeless people. You know what I mean? It's just like he seems like an insane like nomad. It's a perfect explanation for everything we watched.
He should make a Mad Max style movie of just a guy in a desert. So
Yeah.
I would watch it.
I think
George Miller directs his
ramping
script.
up.
Jesus.
I think he's ramping up. I think he's just waiting.
Dude, whatever
biding his
I'm
time.
on board.
A Neil Breen Mad Max sequel.
Because I think that he's not doing this, like, he doesn't think this is funny.
No.
No.
That's
No,
why
he's
his
trying
movies
to-
are good, is because he's totally down with whatever he's trying to say. Like I said when we were watching it, this movie is obviously an answer to 9/11. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We watched some of his next movie, which was Fateful Findings was obviously a stock market crash
Yeah.
response.
And WikiLeaks.
Right.
WikiLeaks.
I don't know what I Am Here Now was a response to. That was like him becoming Jesus.
That was just a response to him probably reading the Bible for the first time
Yeah,
or something.
like, oh my God, it's my
Oh.
story. Yeah.
Why'd somebody write a book about
Yeah.
me 2,000 years ago?
He
I don't
is so
understand.
conceited. It's awesome. He just wants to be God. It's amazing.
He wants women not to touch him, but get within an inch of his body,
Have orgasms.
and then orgasm all over them.
He's like he'd be like one of those like Bollywood fights where like people are just moving and fighting.
Oh yeah.
That's how he wants to have sex. Like he just like from the other side of the room flexes and hopes that the woman just has orgasms with sheer passion. This movie, where are we? Where?
Because something happens.
That's why you ask yourself
Oh, there's
the
the
entire
part where he
time.
gets hired to kill another person, and he calls this woman on the phone. He goes, "I need you to meet.
Oh,
I need you to
right.
meet up with a guy." And she's like, "I'll pay you $100." And she's like, "That's not a lot of money." And he's like, "Well, you're not having sex with him. You're just gonna meet him." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
So she's a
fine."
prostitute who knows
Yo.
him well.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
for now,
This character has had sex with her without a doubt.
probably.
I mean,
obviously.
you don't
Well, she says after this job is over, I want to see you.
because he is so sexy and good
Yeah,
that a prostitute just freebies.
he looks like a taxidermy ferret, and she wants to fuck that guy.
Dude, his dick must be like incredible looking. Like it's the smoothest. It's just big and smooth.
I
Nothing
would love
weird
to see
about
his
it.
penis.
I bet he
Perfectly
has
straight.
I want to see his penis
a
so
Gary
good.
Shandling penis from What Planet Are You? Like it's smooth and vibrant.
There's no way this guy doesn't have a giant cock, like a horse cock. I know it.
You really think that?
I think
That's
so.
why he pouches his mom
Yes.
mom jeans so high.
Yes.
Oh man, I bet it's
bet
just
he-
nothing but nutsack.
All
I bet
balls.
No,
I bet
man.
he can pull that out like a flying squirrel.
I'm telling you, this guy has got like 13 orange inches in his pants.
So orange.
It's so thick and orange. It's nuts.
He's got a freaking Oompa Loompa leather face in there.
But he steals this Ferrari. He picks up this dude who's wearing a completely obviously
The Ferrari.
fake
There's a
mustache.
sequence of him stealing a Ferrari by hacking
He
a
acts
Ferrari with his
his
cell
cell
phone.
phone.
He's a flip phone.
He's like, everything's electronics these days. You can get into anything. And he opens a fucking
Ferrari.
And he
Come
meets this
on.
guy. He meets this guy who's got facial hair glued to his face like he's playing Jafar.
Yeah, no,
outside
he looks.
of the man's Chinese theater or
Yeah.
something.
But
They're
they go to a parking lot where you see the prostitute lady. She sort of
Gets out of the
falls
car.
a strap off her dress.
She starts sort of stripping and doesn't finish.
Sort of, but not really. And he stabs him in the neck with a needle.
You could have done that.
Anytime. As he was sitting in the car, just sit there with the needle and let him sit into it. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking the greatest spy of all time. You know, what?
Wait a minute. Didn't they recovered the bag of anthrax, right? From the airport? Remember the stupid gray
Dude, John,
brick?
is that a plot point? Was that a
Yeah,
thing?
he sells it
I
to
saw
the guy.
stock footage of a plane and a guy knocking a
Knocking
bag
anthrax
of
onto the ground.
powder off
I
of it.
really think that he made his own mission. He gave a guy anthrax. They hired him to take out the guy with anthrax. He does, and he gives the anthrax to the government, and then I guess he gets paid twice. I don't know.
Oh my God! Did that much happen?
I think.
Is that why he goes?
Am I reading into
"Oh,
this?"
No, I think you're right. Because
Maybe.
when they do the deal where the only action sequence with the like kill them all, blah, 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 and it's over, scene is when he's got the anthrax, and he's gonna give him the vials, but he drops the vial, and the guy drops the anthrax,
Yeah, and it's
and
a
then he grabs
powdery
both of them,
anthrax.
and they kill him. I think John's right.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna argue.
Dude, I didn't realize he was a
He's
double
playing
agent
both
until the
sides.
end of the
Oh God!
I didn't realize that until the end of the movie because you couldn't tell who was hiring whom for what or why or how.
No one knows who's working for anyone.
He was just ruining everybody's lives and being like, I care about people.
It's like
and you're like, oh,
it's
but
like that.
You're a monster, dude.
You don't want to like you. Part of me doesn't want to recommend people watch it. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah,
part of me is like,
it's hard
to believe it. To believe it's a movie. To see it, it's just that somebody edited it to what it is. It's amazing.
What, an hour and a half long? That's all he did.
Yeah, well, no, it's just like that. Somebody like sat back after the edit was done. It was like, yeah,
we did it.
we did it.
Dude, there's scenes that go on forever, like him clacking on computers, just forever. You're just
off.
like, what are we looking at? There's that 360 shot of the Hoover Dam, like a full 360 shot of the Hoover Dam, and you're like,
Full
why
and
the fuck
silence.
did I need to see
Silent
that?
three. Don't over that. There is no talking.
No.
It's a full 360 shot stock footage of the Hoover Dam with no Neil Breen voiceover
No.
in the movie. Yeah, John, it's
madness, dude. It's
let
complete
me
fucking madness.
point this out too. That I know I've said it a few times, but this is a hacking movie. It's supposed to be. It's amazing to have a hacking movie where we don't see a screen on
Anything.
at any point. No, like think
There's
about
not
that
even
movie. Is there at any point without stock footage counted out, a screen is on showing something?
No.
Is there?
No,
There's not even a TV showing something at some point.
it's a hacking movie.
insane.
There's not even a scene where we see what he has hacked into exactly. He can hack into fires.
Oh yeah.
Oh right,
God.
he says I can hack.
He says he can hack
a fire.
fires.
He started a fucking forest fire with his computer. And you're like, come on. You're insane. He's insane.
Yes, he's got to be an insane person. There's no
Yeah,
other
like,
explanation
I'm
for
gonna
it.
hack all the fucking forests in the world. And you're like, okay. Just
You don't
kill
see
this
a guy in mom jeans in the desert with a car covered in blood and a body and a bunch of satellites and broken laptops running around the desert. He's obviously an insane
Like,
man.
A cop pulls up, and movies should have ended with a cop car pulling up to the car and be like, "Sir, what are you doing out here?" And he's like, "I'm hacking the world." And he's just like, "I think this guy's on peyote or something." Like, and he just gets arrested. You know what I mean?
Or like, no, he tries to attack the cop and they shoot him dead.
Yeah,
End
just kill him.
credit.
Be like, "Yeah, just set the car fire. Let's get out of here." Like, that would be perfect, actually.
Like, you could edit out all the scenes of him talking to anyone else.
No. See
Yeah.
that you guys are thinking logically, which is completely wrong. Neil Breen would have the cops shoot him. The bullet would lodge in the gold in his hand.
Oh,
He
no.
would say, "Don't do this," and then put his hand on his face, and then the cop would start crying, and then
Because he would
have-
deal with how he's
Yeah.
his sin.
And then Neil would wake up by his car, and the cop would be
Man,
dead.
you know he's right.
Yeah, that's what would actually happen.
Yeah, he would make him deal with his like sins or his like
But
here's
what
your
he said
fault.
would be better. It would be funny.
No, because it is
That's true.
There's no proof against what we said. He's talking on cell phones.
Yeah.
We never see the other side of the conversation.
Oh my God!
He is talking to no
The screens
one.
are off. It's insanity. It's great. Yeah.
Let's talk about the conference call
Somebody
he
needs
makes
to
with
edit
3
all that.
flip phones that are open.
Oh,
He's
man,
like, I'm making a conference call, and he's just holding
Holding-
3 phones. Like,
they're all open and off.
Yeah.
God.
They're not on.
They
He
have
doesn't
screens
understand how a
on
phone
them.
works. He literally opens the flap and then immediately starts
Just
talking to
somebody.
who has not called him.
And we say immediately, I mean like open, hi, how are you? Like there's no,
No
pause for a
pause.
dial tone.
Doesn't even check the phone to see if there's a call.
No.
No, nothing. He just picks it up and then puts it to his face.
every ounce and scrap of evidence is that he's insane. Every ounce of evidence. He killed people. He killed that couple for no reason.
at all.
We didn't see him, but he shot that other couple in the head. I mean, it's him roaming around and then killing people and talking to old men.
Because his mercury levels are through the roof, dude. He's not about
I just
tuna.
remember one of my favorite like dialogue exchanges is after he just drugs that guy in the neck. He drives with the Ferrari up to these 2 dudes on the road, and they're like, they pull guns out, and they're like, "It's him," and he's like, "Chill out. I got him. He's tranquilized. Now that I have him, I'm a marked man. I better get out of here." And he like slowly drives away. Like it was
Okay,
just so funny.
okay,
Like,
he's a
I'm a
marked
marked
man.
man. I think I need to get out of here.
He's a marked man because he was seen with that guy with
but
the
he
worst
already
mustache
established
in
that
his
he's
face.
the greatest thing.
Is he a
that
marked
ever...
man because he's driving a Ferrari in a shitty neighborhood?
Is he
maybe?
a marked man because he has the entire world held hostage with his plan to hack fires all over the globe?
Oh
At
God.
subways and trains.
Yeah, and subways and trains.
Which
Fuck
are-
you, man. Like, what do you
Subways
mean?
are underground trains.
You're marked now? Come on. It just doesn't make any
Words
sense.
don't mean anything
It doesn't.
coming out of Neil Breen's head.
If it's like I said, it's all shot so bad too. Like it's all that, and then it's made so shittily. It's bad. I mean, it looks
The
so
first scene looked like a Sega CD game was starting up. That's how bad it looked.
It looks bad. Like the cloud footage,
Oh, my God.
it looks bad. It's all blown out and shitty.
Dude,
It's
remember that one time we were
wow.
just looking at like a topographical map of somewhere?
It didn't even
Like,
make it-
What is
what?
that? What was that? What the fuck
was
are we
looking?
No.
looking at?
My favorite stock footage was that shot of the guy. We're just talking about stock footage. The shot is like half a dude's body that was lit, and he was in a abyss, and there's like some white thing here, and it was at a point. You don't remember that? I was like. Like the stock footage doesn't even anything. It was a guy like in a room moving his arms.
I don't remember
But
that.
it wasn't something Neil Breen shot. It was like
Yeah.
it was like from the 80s stock footage.
Like all his
What?
computers.
You don't remember
I
that?
don't remember
It was a
that.
guy who was like strapped into a chair. Half of his body was lit. The camera was behind him, and there was like a white blob of shit going on. And it was like,
yeah. He was supposed to be like in like a cockpit of something or something.
dude, that
wasn't
didn't
he?
look like a cockpit. It looked like
I don't remember,
it looked like
man.
a basement with like a light spinning.
Who the fuck knows?
But it was like you chose that stock. I mean, if you're gonna use all stock footage, and I've used a lot of stock footage, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no correspondence.
Yeah. Dude, he would type 3 things on a computer, and then they would
It's
show
hacked.
a satellite.
I've
and you're
hacked
like,
it.
Okay. Are those 2 things related? Because the next scene is him passed the fuck out on the ground.
So the
You're
next
like, what
logical
is
step-
it?
Hacking takes a lot out of you.
It just doesn't. It's impossible to pay attention because it's so disjointed.
John, it's your
insanely
mission.
disjointed.
You got to write a script now, which is this character meets Brad Pitt's character from Tree of Life.
We were talking about how we
No,
need
you
to
don't
make-
get to dictate the terms anymore. I've already gone through this bullshit twice. I'm not doing it again.
This is Tree of Life, man. It's
Dude,
so
we were
Tree of
talking
Life.
about we should make a figure out what he spent on this and just to rub it in his face and pay no money. Make a no budget movie, like a spy movie,
Yeah.
and like try.
Well, it would be interesting
It would
just
look
because
better
it would look better, but it would also just be funny or more entertaining than that.
Yeah.
Like that is,
For no money.
dude, that is nothing. Well, we watched
We just watched Nothing Happen.
we watched
for an
nothing.
hour and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at all. Like he filmed one scene and then edited into a whole movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like the stuff in the desert. I'm sure that was a day
That
of him
was
with
one
whoever
day.
was the cinematographer with the camcorder they had.
It's
Just
the same
Watch
guy,
me climb
I think
hills.
the same-
yeah,
I think he
that's
had the
all
same
that.
cameraman in every movie. It's like this game, like Joe Mastical Kelly or some shit like that.
Yeah, and it's all wide shots with like an HD camera.
It's nothing.
It's
Probably some guy with an iPhone now that just sits on a chair.
This
and
is his
aims it at
worst-
Neil Breen.
From what I've seen, this is easily his worst movie,
It's
which is
bad.
saying something.
It's
Yes.
super
Because what we saw of
confusing.
other stuff looked pretty good. So
The Fatal Findings looks.
we'll talk about that
awesome.
another time.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. Oh, it's an hour.
Did we get to the end?
Is there an
No.
ending?
Well, we got to talk about the part where.
All right, let's
where
talk-
this is when. So this whole movie's been happening, and he sets
This
everything
episode
in
is just
motion.
like the movie itself, just a rambling mess.
He's like, I've set all the wheels in motion. You know, he's like, everything, all the fires, I've hacked the fires.
The planes and trains.
People
and
can't
all-
get on
all
their
the
trains
distractions,
anymore.
all the bombs
That's
Yeah,
right,
but-
because he says
yeah.
they're distractions
for
from
him to set off an EMP over Las
200 miles
It's-
above the Earth.
Vegas.
He says,
so it's a satellite, I guess.
but 200 miles.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Oh god.
How high is that?
But
That's pretty high.
this scene
I was gonna say
happened.
the atmosphere is only like a couple miles. 200's like way off.
That's why I said it's a satellite. Look.
He's trying to touch God's face. Shut up, Bob.
He is God.
Yeah.
He has the gold.
He hacked the God satellite.
He's trying to hack God.
We forgot. There's some scene where he gets a phone call and he's like, "What? She didn't? I thought I cured her." He says that. Remember?
Yeah,
At some point, he's
the brain.
yeah. He's like, I thought I cured her or whatever. So that kid still had cancer. So that rock didn't do anything, which lends to the he's still insane part. So you could include the dinner scene in the cut where he's just a lunatic in the desert, and it would still make sense.
It would still make
as
sense.
long as you included him with that phone call. Just throwing it out.
That entire movie could be explained by a heat stroke death in the desert.
Yes. He
Like,
looked.
all right.
He's so sunburned.
We
Go
gotta
ahead.
finish this. We have to finish this. So
Yeah. Jesus
he's
Christ.
done on this, and then he goes, "There's no way to stop what I've done." And he has that like temper tantrum where he goes, "I'm an American.
Oh my
I
God.
love this country. It's my country."
It's so weird.
That's when I went, "Oh, he's been a good guy this whole time too." I didn't know that.
It's a weird time to feel bad about it. Admittedly, really weird time to
It
feel
is,
bad
I
about
yeah.
it.
had no idea. I was like, he's just an asshole the whole movie.
And
then
the
he goes, "I
hold
love
on,
this country."
the
And I'm like,
delivery
"What?"
is the best because it's Neil Breen
Yeah,
at his peak
yeah.
of Neil Breenish.
Oh, we also him screaming "Where are you" is pretty amazing.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Uh,
It's good, man. His face can't.
oh, this
bear it.
country.
It's like a goat making sounds like a human.
Oh, there's that scene where he's just running on the mountain going, like just screaming while he's running. This movie's kind of awesome, but it's really hard.
If you cut it down to like 10 minutes, it'd be amazing.
Yes.
As a short film, this is a fucking atom bomb of hilarity. But as a movie, it's not okay. Like, I don't know if I'd ever want to sit through this fucking again.
It's bad. It's
yeah.
really confusing and boring.
I would like if like this was a Mondo movie, I would be angry. You know, watching
I don't
Mondo
know.
Baltimore.
You know,
People loved.
our infatuation with how
Fateful
long...
Findings might be pretty good for a Mondo movie, but
Absolutely.
this, nothing fucking happens. It's
No.
visually, it's just garbage. It's a fucking rock. I wish it was on green screen. It would look hilarious.
Yeah.
This is him in a rock picture.
I'm telling you, all those shots of people where it was just blue sky behind him. I think he was like, I can just put anything behind him later. It'll look awesome. You know
I
what
think
mean?
no. I
Like-
think he just shot those people at any time, just up at the sky.
Oh,
So he's
it
like, I
didn't
can shoot
matter.
your scene. All I need is the wide shot, and then
then
all
we can do
dialogue
that
could be
stuff.
shot later with me just pointing it up at the sky.
You know what? In the
And that's what he
credits, it was
did.
like
Yeah.
lighting
Nostril
none.
cam.
Yeah.
What if he? God.
What did it say for lighting?
What if he only filmed during like twilight time or whatever? Like he filmed for 40 minutes a day. He was like, we have peak light, and he filmed everything for 40 minutes
Like
a day.
The
and it took
Revenant?
forever. Yeah. That's why he had to do everything that way, because he had to use natural sunlight, and he wanted to
Well,
look
remember in the credits
the
it
same.
said lighting
none.
none.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
Who
God
puts
did
that?
the lighting.
You don't credit
Yeah.
shit that has no
Yeah, fight choreographer.
None.
Nobody. Catering.
Can
we
you
didn't have-
believe it? Like what?
Are you shocked at my skill? It's madness,
No, but doesn't
dude.
it seem like a brag to say lighting none? We did it without any of your bullshit.
No, it would have been good if it said lighting the sun.
or
God.
God.
God's radiance from this ball in the sky he put there. Like, that would have been really good.
But that would waste a credit that had Neil Breen written in it.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
Well-
there was that one thing where it was like, it had all these names, and then there were asterisks. Or like there was a letter before or after the name or something, and at the end of the thing it was like any name that had an N or a D after it was actually Neil Breen.
Oh
And
no!
you were like, wait, why would-
No, the makeup effects said B&B makeup effects, which I was like, wait, that can't be right because they're the guys who do like Walking Dead and like they did like The Thing and shit. And I was like, they didn't work on this movie. There's no fucking way they
No,
worked.
yeah.
And then at the end it said it was actually him. He's like, it wasn't B&B effects. It was
Oh,
it was Neil Breen. It was like, why did you Why would you even do
That's
that?
what it was. That's what it was.
Why would you fake everyone out and think a major studio?
Yeah.
Or something? I don't know.
And then say, oh, no, it was actually I did everything. Ha, ha, ha. Like, do you think it was good enough for me to think that they did it? Amazing.
I don't know
He's
who that was
deluded
supposed to trick, but
beyond
God
words.
bless that person.
I don't know. One day, maybe, Neil Breen will be more public about his filmmaking. I want to meet him.
You don't
I
wanna
told
be
you I
him.
want
wanna
to talk
meet
with
him.
him at a party.
You
so
do not
bad.
want to be. That
I wanna-
kid. You know he doesn't know personal space. He'd be sitting on your
Oh my
lap.
God.
Be horrifying.
I like to see him and you both fight in a boxing ring. That's
Neil-
what I want to see.
He
Neil
believes in
Neil would
lizard
win.
people, right?
Who?
Neil Breen. He has to.
He has to.
He believes in lizard people.
He's got to.
That movie we just
he
watched
is a lizard
like,
person.
everything I've seen of his movies. It has to be about a guy who believes in like the Nephilim and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't.
There's
believe
no
in
way
it.
he doesn't.
Here,
doesn't believe in
I am
problems.
here now, or whatever, where he's like the glob thing at the end, or whatever.
Oh,
where
yeah,
he
yeah.
turns into an alien. Or like,
He's
okay,
Jesus, but he's also an
this
alien.
alien. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
this
no.
is completely fucking crazy.
Either he's a Scientologist or something. There's something insane going on there. He's like kind of the underground. I mean, he's really the underground Las Vegas filmmaker. I mean, all of his movies take place in Vegas, right? He's obviously from Vegas, and he's got that mindset where he's like he's like an asshole douchebag,
Yeah.
and his movies reflect how self-important he is. It's awesome. I'm sorry.
He doesn't seem like a details-oriented guy.
No, but he's an architect too.
Yeah.
How could this buildings hold up or stand up at all?
The buildings don't make sense at all. They're like
Like, he only-
a Dr.
there's no-
Seuss building. Like, what
no
the fuck?
No foundations
Yeah.
whatsoever.
He designed all the bests, and that's like it. That's all
Yeah.
he ever did. He designed every best in the country.
Then he
they were all-
quit. It's like,
they
I'll
were
be a
out.
filmmaker from now on. 2005. That's when my first one shall be crafted.
Well, he was honing the script until then, I assume, right?
Would you trust a building that he built?
I would run out of it. I would run out of it and then pick it outside and have it condemned. Like, this building was designed by a demon, and I'm pretty sure there's a portal in here somewhere. There's monsters. It's like Ghostbusters. There's some demons in the rock. Okay, they're there.
But if it's Neil Breen, there's also gonna be like a portal to Jesus or something. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
built way across
Yeah.
town.
yeah. I really thought we were gonna end up watching like Neil Breen's Commando or something. I really thought it was gonna be like this, him trying to do an action movie. And I don't think I could have ever been more wrong about a movie, ever.
Way off.
You
off.
got so sizzled by that fucking trailer, man.
I did. I thought it was gonna be him trying to do action.
There's no trying. There's no trying.
You saw I Am Here Now. The action scenes in that are hilarious.
Horrendous.
They're wonderful because they're done by other people.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them and they're funny. I thought this was gonna be like dense with that. No, it's complete fucking opposite.
Dude, I Am Here Now, as far as I could tell, was about a shanty town after the apocalypse where these people kept trading prostitute slaves.
It didn't
Right?
make any sense.
Am I wrong? That was what and then an alien showed up and told him not to do it anymore.
You know what Neil Breen is? Neil
Am
Breen.
I was drunk.
There's a
John-
real congressman
and
there.
there's a lot
Okay.
of people screaming.
If I could compare Neil, I'm gonna end my thoughts on this movie on this. If I could compare Neil Breen as a filmmaker and a human and a character to anyone, it would be Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver. Like he
You
sees
really
him.
think so?
Well, no, look at his movies. Look at how he writes himself. He sees himself as the savior of women, of humanity, and he sees the earth as like filled with scumbags and like just basically sin. And he's here to save it. He's God's lonely man, dude. Look at the movie we just watched. It's him driving around in the desert by himself.
I'm sorry.
No, he's an insane. He's Taxi Driver, and it's just in his little Las Vegas world.
Never have I seen a guy who trusts the power of hacking with no idea how to use a computer whatsoever.
Well, that's because he's also insane.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Travis Bickle's not a sane man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Travis Bickle, I would.
That's the 70s too. We're talking about he's the Travis Bickle of Las Vegas 2005.
Okay. Fine.
That's my thought on the movie. That's what I watched. He killed a bunch of people for no
He kills
reason.
people for no reason. He thinks he's saving people.
He's not.
He has illusions of grandeur. He thinks God is giving him gifts.
Delusions of Grandeur, the first 15 minutes is a resume. A resume of great
Dude,
things he's
he
done.
meets God in a cave.
And he gives him a
God
rock.
trips on a rock and kills himself and then passes on his power to him. It's like, come on.
Cause
He says you are the one. He thinks
it
he's
was a
Neo.
hallucination.
He thinks he's fucking Neo. Look how tired you look.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
It's this movie.
Oh, God,
I
this
loved
movie.
it, honestly. It was a fun.
lying
I
sack
know
of
it was
shit.
a fun experience. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Trying
Oh,
to piece
yeah.
that together, every scene I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
It took
It's
turns
fun.
where I never. Once again, it took
It is
turns.
exhausting though, because you have to go. How many shots of a fucking bus terminal are we gonna look at where there's not characters from the film? You know what I mean? And you're like, God damn it! It's insane.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I love
I
it.
thought it was something different.
This is the second time you've done this to me. You piece of shit.
Why didn't you come back during our PM entertainment
I
days?
know. He asked if
I
he was,
asked to do that.
on the way here, he was like, "Can we watch one of those like PM?"
Why didn't you
entertainment
tell
things?"
me before we?
said
Because
that
I
I
told him
wanted
about
to.
how like it didn't exist on the website.
I
was going
totally
wherever.
beat it switched, and I ended up watching that piece of shit. That's just like fucking Tree of Life. You son
I'm
of a
sorry.
bitch.
You would have loved like Art of Dying, man.
It's so good.
I probably would have.
I'm sorry.
You're killing my will to live.
This so.
I liked it.
So yeah, watch this if you like Tree of Life and
That looks
Taxi
the
Driver.
end of the mist. Don't
Yeah.
listen to him.
Yeah. This was great.
This was the end of the mist. The whole movie.
If you want to be confused for an hour and a half, watch this. It's guaranteed to do that.
If you like Tree of Life
If you
and
like
Taxi
art,
Driver shot like shit, all mixed into one bucket of Gary Shandling orangeness, this is the movie for you. They did it.
Jesus.
It's nothing. It's so nothing.
Ah!
All right, let's end this.
Ah!
I wish this was being recorded on a laptop so I could fall over and take it with me. You know what I mean?
Ah! I hate you so much, Bob Rose.
I'm sorry.
Ah!
It could have been a worse choice. It's such a bad choice. It's such a bad choice.
Had you never been like, well, we got to make it up to him because the last
Yeah,
time
then
it
it'd
was-
be okay. I basically dug my own grave by saying,
You wanted me to brave a blizzard to come see this on the shit.
I wish we had to drive
Dude,
through a blizzard to get here.
if you
my
got,
God.
We got stuck snowed in here because we
you.
had to watch that.
For a whole
Dude, you would have
weekend.
murdered them both of us.
I would have fucking killed you. Oh, I would have done the
can you
time.
imagine?
I would have done the time and read
Oh
the
my
books I
God.
want to read, go to jail for the rest of my life. I would have done it, Bob. I would have eaten prison food. I would have joined. I would have had like my whole head shaved.
You
I would
got-
have fucking done it.
it would have been worth it. It could have been.
I would have killed a man on the first day. That just looks like you.
All right, well,
I say watch it.
watch it. We'll have John back again once I can find another Tree of Life. A lesser budget, like a lower budget than
Even
this.
lower.
Tree of Life.
Christ.
Just find a book. Somebody describing an autobiography to a camera. Just give me that. Give me a last will and testament.
With just shots of a lawn. That's it.
God damn it!
It's just cell phone shots of somebody's lawn while reading a fucking biography.
You sap me dry of all energy that I possess.
All John wanted is an action movie.
That's all I wanted.
That's all he needs it. We've watched so many action movies.
Yes.
That one we watched with Sean, you would have.
Yeah.
That would be like your favorite movie you've ever seen.
You know it's my favorite genre.
I thought it was an action movie.
This
That's it.
is not an action movie.
It was supposed to be Jason Bourne.
This
sorry.
is Jason boring.
Oh my god.
Fucking idiot.
All right, bye. Son.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc. Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid because they sit high atop Judgment Mountain. So quit your whining.